Hello and a warm welcome to everybody out there in YouTube land. Today we're going to be reviewing a movie simply known as Big Fat Liar. I'm just kidding, we're not. I lied. We're going to be reviewing Falcon Crest. Eagles Unite thing. That's not even a movie, sorry. We're going to be reviewing Big Fat Liar, and this time I'm not lying. So let's get stuck into Frankie Munez's greatest picture, other than Malcolm in the Middle, and Agent Cody Banks. It's his worst thing. But it's okay, I guess. Let's just do the goddamn review before I stuff this up anymore.
So, the film's premise is actually pretty straightforward. It revolves around a big-time movie producer from Hollywood and a young boy from Michigan who eventually meet up with each other in the car of the movie producer. Well, it's a limo, but anyway. And of course, the movie producer steals the kid's idea for the movie and sells it as his own. Well, the kid didn't really make it as a movie. He wrote it as a short story to get himself out of summer school. But the movie producer turns it into a big movie and tries to sell it off to the public. And of course, the kid finds out that the movie actually exists and his story has been turned into a movie. And that the skeleton was it. Okay, sorry. And you was the okay, sorry. Okay, you know what? Let's just get to the movie. One more thing I'm gonna say is the kid travels to Hollywood and a lot of crazy stuff happens for him to get back his movie. Alright, so let's just get stuck into it. Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. A Big Fat Liar with Frankie Munez and Paul Giamatti. Yeah.
So here's the rundown. The film is based on a character called Jason Shepard. No, not that Jason Shepard. So Jason Shepard lies a fair bit in his life. He gets around lying too much, and so it all comes back to bite him with karma and the bullies. Well, I'm not really sure if that's supposed to be karma, but the movie never tells us. So he's basically always late for school and makes up a phony story about his dad choking on a meatball. Yeah, it's funny. But of course it comes back to bite him, and his parents are called to the school to check if it's actually real, and of course it's a lie. So he's given an ultimatum. He can either write a short story and hand it into a community college where his teacher's working at, or he can go to summer school. Naturally, on his way to the community college, he's riding a girl's bike, he gets stopped and hit by a car. Well, of course, this is law-suitable, but hey, it's just a movie with Frankie Munez. Although Frankie Munez has a lot of lawsuits on himself. I don't know, I just made that up. I don't know, he might. You never know. Malcolm in the Middle, bullying. So, of course, he gets the ride to the school, and we meet Paul Giamatti's character, who I actually adore because this is actually one of his most over-the-top performances, and he reaches the best over the top. It's not quite too stupid, although it does get pretty stupid sometimes, but hey, it's Paul Giamatti. So, he leaves his paper in the car, and Paul Giamatti, being the drat he is, steals it. Well, what'd you expect? Him to give it back? That's really the nice gesture. But hey! He's evil! He's a producer, he sucks at making movies. So we get a glimpse of his film set, and of course he's a dickhead to his cast.
I did not tell you to stop acting, Urkel. Wolf, how many times have I told you not to call me Urkel? My name is Jaleel White, okay? Urkel was a character I played when I was a child. Okay, Jaleel.
So of course, he gets sent to summer school and... What? Is this summer school already, or is this just a dream?
Special friend I like to call Mr. Semicolon. The semicolon.
We just see a weird kid with a rat, and the kid that bullies him, funnily enough, sitting next to him. Wow, this is a more unbalanced friendship than Nelson Muntz and Bart Simpson. So Casey and whatever her name is, Kelsey or Amanda Bynes and Frankie Munez go to see a movie. What's this?
We'll pay the price. Next summer, People everywhere will stop and stare. Marty Wolf Pictures presents Kenny Trooper, the Big Fat Liar.
I think I wrote it.
So yes, Paul Giamatti has officially stolen his movie, and when he goes home he tries to convince his parents that the movie is his. But of course his parents don't believe him. So Amanda Bynes and Frankie Munez decide to go off to California. Or is it Hollywood, or wherever it is. I'm Australian, I don't even know Americans. So before they go to Hollywood land, they have to drop off the bully disguised as the girl to the crazy grandma. But I'm pretty sure any grandma would be able to realize that this isn't a girl. So we're in California, and
people will say we're in love.
So Shepherd's Pie and Bynes decide to go off to the movie company that Marty Wolf actually works at. And of course, they sneak into his office and confront him, without any security blocking him. Of course, it's a movie! So he goes into the office to talk to Marty Wolf, and he's a dickhead, of course, because that's Paul Giamatti's character. But what's this? He burns up the original story? Wow, man, I thought you were low, but this has just gone too far.
We try and tamp that out with this lit cigar. Oh, I seem to be making matters worse. Hoppa!
You're a real prick, you know that? He's angry with terrible acting. I mean, just leave him alone.
You're sick, you know that? All I wanted you to do was call my dad and tell him I wrote that paper!
Or else what?
So they leave with a stolen pocket PC. Could these kids get any more evil? First they steal some other guy's limo, then they run away from Bill Paxton, then they steal his, what would have been $800 pocket PC back then. I don't understand. The kids are committing more crimes than the actual movie director. I don't think stealing someone's idea for a movie is even a crime. This is ridiculous. So does that mean people can steal my show? Alright. So they sneak into a warehouse to stay the night without getting any food or water. And of course, we get a montage that I'm going to skip because it pisses me off. After finding yet another Marty Wolf hater, a meeting is called for the movie, with White Castle and a few other people in the meeting. Yeah, White Castle's the director. And of course, Wolf acts like an ass to all of his crew. You know, it's not really going to work out if you're just a complete dickhead to everyone. So the kids eventually find out that Marty Wolf is evil. Of course, they knew that before, but now they know he's even eviler than he was before. You know, imagine if the whole world was populated by this one man. Fuck, I already made that joke in the last review. And we get a random cut back to Grandma Pearl and the bully. Oh, God. You know, why? Really? I mean, it could have worked, but it didn't. So after the two little cuties plan phases to bring Marty Wolf down, the phase 1 begins, and the pool is filled with blue stuff that makes his skin blue. So after bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happening to a bad person, Marty Wolf is eventually confronted by the kids, and while he's confronted, oh, Aisle 65's blue. Okay, that's a nice touch. That really is. No, but seriously though, after being sent to the wrong address, being mistaken as a clown, getting his car towed after the Masher destroys it, and after being called a little blue man.
They told me to pick up a little blue car. They didn't say anything about a little blue man.
He eventually has to catch public transport. No, it can't happen. A big-time movie producer can never catch public transport. Something has to be done. And Jason Shepard is right there to greet Marty on the premiere of his really crap movie. So the after party's finally arrived, and everyone's there to tell him how bad his movie was. But I don't really get this joke.
Like, for example, when you did Saved by the Bell, quality, okay? I mean, you know, substance, art.
Worst film in the
Saved by the Bell was a TV series, and it wasn't even a... Okay, I get that's the person that made Saved by the... It doesn't work, okay? What the hell was... Okay, so eventually Marty Wolf meets up with the producer guy and the wife that he intentionally gets... This guy really has an attitude that... So he has no idea what to do to address his movie and gets some advice from the kids after, yet again, being betrayed. So, of course, he rips the earpiece out after getting some advice and then makes it up all for himself.
I'm sorry.
So after Marty Wolf's massive speech about his movie, well, it's not really his movie, he betrays Jason yet again and tells him to get out of there. So basically he didn't call his dad and the security guard's taking him away.
And you better bring backup.
What are you doing? I thought you were on the phone with my dad.
Oh, I was on the phone, all right, but it ain't with your old man.
You're a real piece of work, Shepard.
Who are you?
Rocco Malone, head of security for Marty Wolf Pictures.
Thanks for all your help, kid. Really. Saving my butt twice in 1 year. Who would have thunk it?
Let's go, kid. Come on, you two, Funky Bruce.
Can't do this. We have a witness.
So Justin Shepard and Amanda Bynes have had enough. So they call a meeting with the Suicide Squad to finally bring down Marty Wolf, with separate stages attached. And it's time for the big day, the first day of shooting. And of course, Marty Wolf has no idea what he has in store for himself. And so, the phase begins. His car breaks down that he gets a lift from, and the limo driver, of course, puts on a show and all that. Yeah. So then, Marty, naturally, gets dropped in the middle of a desert and has to be picked up by the stunt guy, who he called a dinosaur early in the movie. So, you know, it fits. All the people that hate him getting it. You know where I'm driving, don't you? So we go back to the city,
Hello, sir.
Hollywood City, Hollywood Land, and the movie is about to get underway. Or is it? Dun, dun, dun! And of course, more phases are in store, with Marty Wolf getting tripped up by water. Oh, you clumsy idiot. And the final chase beginning. And it's finally up to Jason Shepard to bring down Marty Wolf at the top of a building. And this scene happens.
Yeah, I stole your story. Whoop-de-doodle-doo. You happy now? I stole Jason Shepard's paper and turned it into a big fat liar. You know who's listening, pal? No one. And they never will. So, for the last time, give it up. Because I will never, ever, ever, like never, ever, 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 infinity, tell the truth.
Because the truth's overrated, right?
That's right.
I told you, Wolf. The only way to shoot this scene is from 12 different camera angles with birds flying around. Oh, and, by the by, Confucius say, Castang, you're busted. Rock and roll, baby.
Stole the idea for this movie from a 13-year-old boy?
He's 14.
This is the end of the line, Wolf. It's over.
So in the end, the movie gets taken down, and Jason Shepard is the winner, and Marty Wolf, of course, gets to be embarrassed. Completely.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, where do you think you're going? You cannot turn your backs on me! I'm Marty Wolf! All right, fine! Fine! You're all fired! You suck, Marty!
And so it's time for the big premiere. Wait, they actually ended up making it? And everyone's there to see the original movie that, frankly, looks pretty shit. No, I'm actually not joking. Marty Wolf may have stolen the movie, but it's probably better than what this guy's come up with. Never mind, the movie was a big success, and of course, it's inspired by Jason Shepard. Good on you, mate. And that's the end of the movie. So, is it really that bad? Well, it has some horrible product placements, really bad acting, really bad extras, and a whole heap of flaws, as well as advertisements for Universal Studios and PlayStation. But hey, it isn't that bad overall, because of the fact that Paul Giamatti really makes the movie. I mean, his overacting makes it pretty enjoyable and fun to watch. But hey, I think it's a great movie in a lot of different respects. When I was younger, it inspired me to make more and more ideas for movies, and inspired me to make more and more movies, and I think it's great for that. Like, this will inspire so many kids, and for families watching it, they'll have a great time. I mean, even the parents will probably enjoy Paul Giamatti's overacting and this movie as a whole, so I think it's brilliant in those respects. I mean, the over-the-top Universal Studios promotions and other promotions for different companies do tend to make the movie a bit stupid. But hey, I enjoyed this, and I hope you too enjoyed my review for it. Thank you very much, and thank you for putting up with my unprofessionalism and amateurishness. Goodbye. This is my worst review by far. I'm gonna look back at this and think it's fucking shit.
Fine! Fine! You're off!